Hi everyone, welcome to Philodiscite. In this video, we are gonna learn about Python decision making statements. What is this decision making? By using these statements, you can control the flow of your program based on some conditions. For example, while developing a program or let's say a software, you need to consider certain conditions to perform some particular actions. Assume you are building an application for online movie tickets booking. When would you print or show the message houseful? When number of tickets booked is equal to number of total seats. Otherwise, you would allow people to book their tickets, right? So obviously, you should not execute this code for houseful message all the time. It should be done only whenever this condition meets. Like this, in every application, you have to execute some parts of your code only when some particular conditions met. So to achieve this in Python, we have if else and nested if constructs. Let's get into them. So first comes if. If syntax goes like if expression and followed by colon and statements. This expression is nothing but a condition we wanted to check, and this statements is nothing but your code which you wanted to execute if this condition is true. Let's see the example. So I wanted to find the biggest number given two numbers. Okay, how you check? Like using the relational operator greater than. So if a is greater than b colon, I wanted to print a is greater. So let's execute this. I am making this as 30 so that it will print a is greater. Okay, a is greater. It is printing a is greater, and this look, this code is not looking like a great thing because look, whenever a is greater than b, it is printing a is greater. And what if a is less than b? Let's make it as 10. It is not printing anything. That means user is not acknowledged. Okay, in these cases you may wanted to use else. Okay, if else syntax goes like this. If followed by expression means condition colon statements you wanted to execute if this condition is true, and else if this condition is false, these statements under the else will be executed. Okay, now let's see the example. Find the biggest number. Same. Okay, I'm making it as 20. So now if a is greater than b, yes, it is greater than b. So now it will print a is greater. I have some old output here, so I'm executing it again. So yes, a is greater than b. Let's make b as 30, b greater. Now it prints b is greater, right? So what if I have these two numbers equal? Let's try that. Okay, I am making it as 32. Now it prints no, it is printing b is greater, which is wrong, right? How it is doing it? So first it is checking this condition, a greater than b. So a is not greater than b, it is false. So it executes the statements under else. So here you may wanted to put another condition like b also greater than a. For that you can use elif construct. Okay, if you want to use elif in your code, the syntax should be like if followed by expression followed by colon statements, and elif followed by expression, again you are using another condition. Okay, colon and statements under that, and you can use elif any number of times in your construct. Okay, and after that you are giving else. If these two conditions are false, it will go to else and execute the statements under that. Okay, now let's see the example. So yes, let's make it 20, 30. Okay, yeah, first it is printing a is greater. How it is doing it? Now it will first check this condition A greater than B? Yes, it is true. So it will print A is greater than A is greater. Okay, let's make B greater. Now how it will do? First it will check whether A is greater than B. It is false because B is 40 and A is 30. So now it will come to this elif and check B is greater than A. It is true. So it will print B is greater. Okay. Now, yeah, let's execute. Yes, it is printing B is greater. And I am making these two as equal. So now how it will do is, first it will check if A is greater than B, which is false. Next it will go to elif and checks whether B is greater than A, which is false too. So now it will come to else and prints A and B are equal, right? Yeah, great. So, and we have another concept called nested if, which comes like, what if I wanted to execute all this code only when the first number A is even? If A is odd, I don't care. I don't want to know what is the greater number. So that means you have to check. You have to keep all these conditions under some other condition. That means you are checking A is even or not, and then you execute all these things. So then you can use the nested if. And yeah, nested if syntax will go like if expression, and if this is true, it will execute all these comparisons again, and you can keep any number of comparisons here. Okay, and if this is false, it will come to else and execute the statements under else. Okay, so let's see the example. So I wanted to find the biggest number only if first number is even. Okay, so how do you check whether a number is even or not? If that number is divided by 2 and gives the remainder 0, then that number is even. Otherwise, it is odd. Okay. So yeah, which operator gives us the remainder of the division? Obviously, modulus operator. If you remember it from our operators tutorial. Okay. So I am making my condition here as A modulus 2 equals to 0. If this is true, that means A is even, and inside this I am keeping this code for greater number. The same code which I had used here is I am keeping under this condition. Okay, else I wanted to print if A is odd, I wanted to print sorry, A is not even, so not executing the logic. Okay, let's make A as 30. I wanted to show you what happens if A is even first. Okay, so let's execute. Yeah, so now it comes to this statement and it checks whether A modulus 2 is 0. Yes, A perfectly divides 30 and it gives remainder 0. So now A is even, so the control goes into this and execute all this thing. Okay, now it prints A is greater because A is 30 and B is 20. And what happens if A is odd? I wanted to make it as some 35. A is odd. So now it comes to here and it realizes that A modulus 2 is not 0. So this condition is false. Okay, and so what happens when this condition is false? It doesn't execute any of this code and directly goes to else and executes this print statement. So let's execute this. Yes, so it is printing sorry, A is not even, so not executing the logic. This is how nested if works. Okay, so this is about Python decision making statements. If you like this video, click the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, and share this video to somebody to whom you think it might be useful. And Yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. Have a nice day.